Why is this happening so fast? Now, guys, essentially the agenda that the world elites are establishing seems to be happening fast. Now, I know that there's a lot of quietness going on right now, but that's because a lot of the things that they're establishing behind closed door are starting to take effect. And the problem is we're not looking at it from this lens, if you will. We're not looking at it from the lens that they're looking at it from, excuse me. We're being distracted by so many of the things. There's a lot of things going on behind closed doors. So that when they start establishing shit, it looks like it's going really fast. And it is. I mean, and you think about it, the way we're moving right now towards the 2030 agenda, we only have 5 years to get there. And if you looked at the 2030 agenda list, which is this here, there's no way they're going to accomplish this in 5 years unless they start pushing a lot of shit a lot faster. I think that they're not going to hit their mark completely by 2030, but they're definitely ushering it a lot faster and trying to get there, because there's also the 2050 agenda. So there's multiple agendas at play here, and I think the elites have a timeline to where they want to be in a certain amount of time. Now again, the 2030 agenda is 5 years away. The 2050 agenda is 25 years away. So I know a lot of us are probably going to be here at the tail end of that 25 years, or at the very least the beginning of the 25 years, which would be 2050. We won't know what's going to happen after that, or rather we'll probably guess what's coming next. But a lot of things are accelerating, and right now they have our eye off the ball, or they're trying to get a lot of people's eye off the ball. Now, when I say they have our eye off the ball, I'm talking about the normies. I'm talking about the people who are not paying attention to what is going to happen next. They are drowning everybody out with the bullshit. They have this nonsense cheating nonsense that happened 2 weeks ago. I don't know why we're still talking about it. Distraction. They have the whole Epstein nonsense, which is now a distraction. I think they were never going to release this thing. I think this was just a ruse to get people distracted on a higher level so that they can start implementing what they want to implement. They have the AI field right now, which is making leaps and bounds. Robotics are making leaps and bounds, yet no one's really talking about it. But we're talking about the bullshit that's not really going to affect us. Now, yes, the Epstein case does affect people in a way of finding their missing kids or their loved ones who've gone missing or were kidnapped and thrown into that industry. But I think that was, again, all a ruse as well, just to get us to talk about it and be mad about it that it's not coming out. Meanwhile, the 2030 agenda is moving right along, and the powers that be are being unaffected, not spoken about, not looked at, because they're getting away with what's going on. Now, the 2050 agenda is the second phase, I think. I think the first phase, I'm pretty sure the first phase was the whole COVID nonsense, that whole test run to see how they can control people, to see how people who are going to react living in their homes for a certain amount of time with limited access outside. Because a lot of places gave you limited access to going outside, or they took away access from you by not being able to go to the park, closing down all the restaurants, movie theaters, venues. They closed all of that down, giving you limited access outside, and they scared so many people with that people didn't want to go outside. In fact, there were a lot of people scared to go outside and just walk. People were like, well, there's nowhere to go. I'm going to stay home. And then all of a sudden, Uber Eats, DoorDash, their call volume, if you will, went up. Their deliveries went up because people were utilizing this shit out of that. And I think that was a test run. I think 2030 is the actual first phase. Second phase would be 2050. Now, again, when the 2050 is enacted, that's going to get people or entice people to live in 15-minute cities or C40 cities or whatever city they're going to drum up to have us live in, that's going to give them total control. I think once we get to that point, that would be the second phase. And they want to have people comfortable living in those cities so that they're not ushering us in a hurry. Or one event happens and now all of a sudden we're living in this total controlled area or totalitarianism kind of city, because that's what it is. Essentially, they're going to settle to us as a safe place to be. It's going to be the place you want to live because it's going to guarantee you safety. It's going to guarantee you food, medical coverage. You're going to be able to live your life at a nice leisurely pace. No more danger, no more crime, no more disease. And they're going to shove people into these things. And they're going to sell you this false utopia. Meanwhile, it's just a way to control you and keep you in check. In fact, the TV show Twisted Metal, awesome TV show, by the way. It's a video game converted into a TV show. They have what looks like 15-minute cities. And the main character in the first season gets to live in one of these cities, or they give him a taste of what it's like to live in one of these cities, and they tell him how great it is living here. Meanwhile, there's an ulterior motive. And I think that ulterior motive is going to be, or they're going to show us what that ulterior motive is in the second season. Great show, by the way. But as a prepper, we watch shows like that and we start seeing the red flags for us. Now, again, guys, the normies are not going to be able to pick up on this shit. The normies, in fact, are not even going to think that this is real, this is ever going to happen. Meanwhile, the rest of us, whether you're a prepper or a conspiracy theorist or just somebody who's picking up on what's going on, we're looking at it from a different lens, and we do not like what we see. The normies can't see it because they're stupid. But we can see it because we're smarter. And yes, it does make us look crazy, so be it. With Mr. 19, that event, when COVID came around, a lot of us saw that coming around before it actually happened. And then when it did, we knew what was going to happen next. And I wasn't surprised. A lot of us wasn't surprised with what followed. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.